Most people think belief and faith are the same thing. They're not. Belief lives in your head, faith lives in your hands. Belief is what you decide is true, faith is what you do about it. And confusing the two is why most people quit before they ever get close to what they want. Here's the difference: belief is entirely internal. It's a choice you make in your mind about what's possible, what's true, what you're capable of. You can believe anything you want. You can believe you'll write a book, lose 50 pounds, build a business, swim across a lake. All of that happens between your ears. Faith is what you do in the physical world to back up that belief. It's the proof, it's the action, it's how you show yourself that what you believe is actually real. And here's the problem: faith without belief is just motion, belief without faith is just a wish. You need both, and they feed each other. Here's how they work together. You start with belief. You decide something is true or possible. That's step one. You have to see yourself getting there before you take a single step. Then you act. Those actions are your acts of faith. They're the physical demonstration that you actually believe what you say you believe. Then you assess. You look at the results, not to judge whether you're failing or winning, but to see where you are relative to where you want to be. Then you adjust. You tweak the acts of faith. You learn and grow, and sometimes you'll have to try something different. Then you repeat. Belief stays constant. Acts of faith evolve. That's the cycle. Belief fuels the action. Action strengthens the belief. Results inform the next move. But here's the part people miss: your acts of faith have to align with your belief. They have to support it, and they have to be congruent. You can't get healthy walking on a treadmill while eating a half gallon of ice cream. The math just doesn't work. Neither does your heart rate. Your belief is the foundation. Your acts of faith are the proof. And if they don't match, the whole thing falls apart. People quit because the results they see don't align with the acts of faith they're taking. They get short sighted. They assume the belief was wrong or the goal was unrealistic. But most of the time, it's just lack of assessment. You need to know in your heart you'll get there. Then you need to do anything and everything it takes to make it real. Think about it this way: you can't swim across a lake if you never learn to swim. Your first act of faith is learning to swim, then learning to swim efficiently, then building endurance, maybe getting a coach, watching a few videos, and creating a training plan. From that first stroke you take in the shallow end to the moment your hand touches the far shore, everything you did was an act of faith. Some of those strokes felt strong, some weak, and some days you probably couldn't see the other side, but you kept swimming because the belief never left. Belief is resilient. Over time, it hardens into resolve. The people at the top didn't get there because they believed harder or visualized better. They just refused to stop taking acts of faith. So here's the truth about belief and faith: belief is your foundation, it's what you decide is possible. Faith is the work, it's how you prove to yourself that the belief is real. They're not the same thing, and they can't exist without each other. You need both, and when you honor both, you become unstoppable.